Please list next 14 AP English language devices and explain each in detail. Here are 14 more AP English language devices to further enhance your writing. 28. Zeugma. A figure of speech in which a single word is used with two or more other words but applies differently to each. Use zeugma to create wordplay and add depth. Example: she opened the door and her heart to the stranger. 29. Anaphora. The repetition of a word or phrase at the beginning of successive clauses. Use anaphora to create emphasis and rhythm. Example: to think on death it is a misery. To think on life it is a vanity. To think on the world verily it is. To think that here man hath no perfect bliss. 30. Epiphora. The repetition of a word or phrase at the end of successive clauses. Use epiphora to emphasize a point or create rhythm. Example: where affections bear rule, their reason is subdued. Honesty is subdued. Goodwill is subdued. And all things else that withstand evil, forever are subdued. 31. Antithesis. The juxtaposition of contrasting ideas, often in parallel structure. Use antithesis to emphasize differences and create tension. Example: give me liberty, or give me death. 32. Aphorism. A concise statement of a general truth or principle. Use aphorisms to convey wisdom or insight. Example: actions speak louder than words. 33. Chiasmus. A rhetorical device in which words, grammatical constructions, or concepts are repeated in reverse order. Use chiasmus to create balance and emphasis. Example: ask not what your country can do for you. Ask what you can do for your country. 34. Euphemism. A mild or indirect expression used to replace a harsh or blunt one. Use euphemism to soften language or avoid offense. Example: he passed away, instead of he died. 35. Litotes. A form of understatement that emphasizes a point by denying its opposite. Use litotes to create emphasis or convey modesty. Example: the trip was no small adventure. 36. Onomatopoeia. Words that imitate the sounds they represent. Use onomatopoeia to create sensory appeal and add realism. Example: buzz, hiss, splash. 37. Paralipsis. Drawing attention to something by claiming not to mention it. Use paralipsis to emphasize a point or create irony. Example: I won't even mention the fact that you arrived 2 hours late. 38. Parenthesis. An explanatory or qualifying word, phrase, or sentence inserted into a passage. Use parenthesis to add information, clarification, or emphasis. Example: the dress, which she had bought earlier, was perfect for the occasion. 39. Polysyndeton. The use of several conjunctions in close succession, often for emphasis. Use polysyndeton to create rhythm and draw attention to the listed items. Example: we have ships and men and money and resources. 40. Pun. A play on words that exploits the multiple meanings or similar sounds of words. Use puns to create humor and wordplay. Example: time flies like an arrow. Fruit flies like a banana. 41. Solipsis. A figure of speech in which a word is applied to two others in different senses. Use solipsis to create wordplay and add depth. Example: she broke his car and his heart. By incorporating these devices into your writing, you can create a captivating and memorable story that will resonate with readers. Remember to practice and refine your skills, and don't be afraid to experiment with different techniques to find your unique voice.